Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tell Me About You. I am your amazing, awesome, tacular host, Kayla. That's just who I am, you know it. And today, I have yet another awesome, amazing guest. If you're in Memphis, you most likely have heard her on the radio. If you are in Atlanta, you most likely have seen her movies and seen some of the people she worked with and want to yell at your TV screen. I know I do. That's why I cuss it off sometimes. But we have Nina Stakz.
Oh, hello, everybody.
She's going to let y'all know all about her. Go ahead. Tell us about you. Tell us about
Well, I am Nina Stakz. I was raised in St. Louis, made in Memphis, now paid in Atlanta. Um, but I am a writer, director, cinematographer, editor, a host of things in the film community. But right now, I am the queen of Tubi. I got 10 movies on Tubi right now, feature length films that I wrote and directed. Eight of those 10 have been number one on Tubi. So if you're a Tubi watcher, you've definitely seen some of my movies. And congratulations to me and the cast of my movie Fatal Lust. We just crossed 20 million views on Tubi. So we platinum, baby. But no, yeah, I write, I produce, I direct independent films, and thanks to places like Tubi, Amazon, Peacock, now people like us have an outlet for our films, and I think it started a whole new wave of filmmaking. It's a whole new industry now.
you. Was throwing out a couple different more places because I know about the Tubi and the Amazon.
Oh yeah,
I
Peacock.
didn't know
All my
about
movies are on
Peacock.
Peacock. All my movies are on Peacock right now. I'm actually in talks with Peacock to do my first TV series. So we'll see what happens. Yes, we did a little girlfriends, little Southern Fried version of like a girlfriends or Sex in the City. It's called Girls Need Love. So right now we are shopping it around to some networks. We got a couple people in there. We got Zell Swag from Love and Hip Hop. We got who else we got? Oh, we got Sean from Love Island. Big and beautiful Sean from Love Island. So yeah, it's really cute, and we're trying to get it to network. It'd be my first network thing. So we're gonna see what happens.
And it's going to work out. And it's
It
going to work
is.
out.
I'm claiming
That's it. That's all we're going to do is claim it. It's going to work out. So, with you doing all of this stuff, and she's underselling herself. I have to just preface with that.
No, people say that all the time, but I
Severely
just
underselling. Like she do a lot. She do a lot.
I've done a lot. I do a lot. Yeah.
Like every time I text her, she's what did you do, girl, on a project? Girl, you
No,
don't go
this
to
is
bed.
life now. No, this is life. It's great. I love staying busy. Like I would do this for free if I could and still pay my bills, but I can't. So I gotta try to get some money. But no, I absolutely love it. It's the best job I've ever had. Um, I was blessed with an amazing partner, my wonderful husband, who in
Abby.
2018, yes, shout out to him, shout out to Jimmy. Yeah, we're about to celebrate. Oh, in 9 days, we're about to celebrate our 3 year anniversary. But
Uh,
he
Ahead of
was,
time.
oh yeah,
Happy anniversary.
thank you so much. He's lovely, and everybody talking about on the podcast. I can't nobody find no man. But but he is amazing, and in 2018 he I being the wishy-washy Aquarius that I am, decided that I wasn't gonna work my job no more because I wanted to do movie stuff, and I just quit my job one day, and I came on and I said, "Hey man, I don't know, I quit my job. I don't know what we're gonna do." He's like, "Don't worry about it. Focus on your film stuff. I'm gonna handle this." And here we are today, 10 movies later, because he decided to take care of the things at home and let me focus on my passion. Now I'm 10 features in and trying to talk my way into television and your local theater.
Again, you're gonna get up in there. You're gonna get up in there. So with you, I'm gonna need you to take me back a little bit.
Yeah, that's what
You
we're
already got yourself a good old fashioned 10 films,
doing.
TV series. all this other stuff. So, like, where did it start?
So from the chaos, I will say I did have sort of a head start with that a lot of other filmmakers don't have. I did go to school for broadcasting, so
Mm.
I went to college for broadcasting, but radio was my emphasis. I wanted to major in radio. I love radio. I love music. I'm a big music person, big hip hop head. So I did radio. I loved it. I was a news anchor on the radio first. Then I moved to Memphis and became a DJ on a hip hop station. Loved it. People loved me. It was just great. Um, while in Memphis, I just love the idea of, film and cameras and stuff like that too. So while working as a DJ in Memphis, I also moonlighted at the local news station, the local NBC affiliate. I was a camera operator on the local news. I was an editor on the local news. So I kind of just dove into the industry. And, you go to college, you get this job, you're like, all right, this is going to be my life. And then in 2009, 2010, when the economy tanked, I got fired from both of those jobs in the same month.
Mm.
So what I thought was just going to be my life has completely disappeared now. So lucky for me, because I had been a radio personality, I knew all the local rappers, all the local singers, everybody in the kind of music industry I knew already. So, honey, I had a flip cam. I started shooting $50 music videos. I had never shot a music video before. I had never edited a music video before. I got on my laptop and got on Windows Media video and started learning how to edit. I taught myself to edit, honey, and eventually moved up to Cool Edit Pro. But yeah, I kind of self taught myself how to make music videos. And back then, 09, 2010, there weren't many people shooting music videos. And if there were people shooting music videos, it was like really expensive. Like you could only get it if you really had a budget, which nobody had. But mind you, this is like the birth of YouTube. So the low budget look of things started to be okay. So in this era where like the low budget music video and the freestyle videos and stuff like that that's kind of where me and my director friends kind of burst our thing, because it was okay to have a low budget video because now there was YouTube and you could actually put it out somewhere, and if the music was okay, people would still watch it. It didn't have to look amazing. It didn't have to have a budget. So I started doing that, and because Memphis just didn't have a lot of directors, I kind of got to the top of the food chain very quickly. And in a place like Memphis, who is a small city with kind of like a big city energy, there's not a lot of money there. There's not a big rap industry there. It's
Really?
not like Atlanta or Chicago, or it's kind of a poor place. So it's very blue collar. So
Mm.
the entertainment industry isn't a big thing in Memphis. There's not a lot of money there. It's like the people that are there, they got their little clique, and you ain't getting in. So I decided that, hey, maybe Atlanta's the next move. After me and my colleague Isaiah Conyers worked with Young Dolph for 6 or 7 years,
Oh.
doing all his videos and stuff. Everybody ended up moving to Atlanta. Young Dolph moved to Atlanta. Everybody moved to Atlanta. So around 2014, we moved to Atlanta. And music videos are great, but in Atlanta, there's way more competition for music videos. There's tons of people shooting music videos. So here, I started getting my feet wet a little. Lucky for me, I did have friends here who were already in the industry, so I was able to link with my friend D Baines, who's also a director here, and got on set very quickly with people like Akon and Gucci Mane and all these kind of celebrity people, just to start getting my name out there and letting people know what's going on. Then actually what's interesting is probably the main catalyst is I got this little house I found on Craigslist. When I moved here, I saved up $1,500, and I just moved to Atlanta. I got a hotel for like a month, and I was like, in this month I got to figure it out. So I found this little house on Craigslist,
Oh.
in the East Point area, and which happens to be YSL territory. Of course, I knew nothing about that back then. But so I got this house right in the YSL area. And what happened is I meet some other directors who are working with Young Thug and working with the YSL guys. So they start using my house as like a music video trap house.
Oh,
So now they come in, they take all stuff off my walls, and make my house look all raggedy. And they come in and they shoot these music videos. And actually, the first person to do it that was famous was Dej Loaf. The
oh,
house had got kind of familiar with production people, so these guys from New York came in. They had a Dej Loaf video. Somebody recommended them to me, and we came in. Dej Loaf shot all these pictures outside of my house, and it just took off after that. Everybody, almost every young rapper from Atlanta shot videos here. All the Chicago rappers have shot videos here, and every time these people were coming through, I just started to get to know more people, more production people, more producers, more, rappers and stuff like that. I mean, let's see. It started with Dej Loaf and Chevy Woods. After that, Zay, who did all the videos for like OTF down here, Dirk, King Von, all them started shooting here. King Von shot his biggest video in my living room, Crazy Story Part 1. He's sitting on my living room couch telling the story. That's at my house. I casted a bunch of King Von videos. Dirk brought basically all his new artists came through here, and this was like the trap house they used. Dolph, of course, is shot here because he was always going to be able to, because that was my friend. But yeah, Little Baby. I mean, the YSL guys, Lil Key, all these dudes have shot videos here. So I started to get to know a lot of people. But what I found is the music video industry doesn't really merge into the film industry very much.
really?
So yeah, it's weird because music video directors kind of live. I don't know. To be honest, I feel like they want to be the rappers. They want to be cool and stuff. So they don't really move like businessmen. They move like hustlers.
Mm,
But film people have, films are just longer, more intensive things to create. So I think we're just a little deeper in there. So the music video guys kind of have a hard time transitioning into this long form thing because it's so much harder. It takes so much more time, so much work. They even told me the guys that are way ahead of me were now calling me like, Nina, we want to shoot a movie. I gotta ask you this. Da, da, da. And I mean, they were here 10 years before me doing this stuff. So it's a hard thing to sit and then you're not getting paid for a movie every day while you're working on it. When you do a music video, you get your money that day, you're out of there. Like to work on something for months and then maybe not pay until later. It's a big transition. So I decided like the music videos are great, but it's like here it's kind of a popularity contest, even when you're working with the service provider. So like the directors even have to be like social media people to get worse. And it's like,
mm.
I'm not into that. So, and just a lot of my customers would always tell me, oh man, you never thought about shooting a movie. Your videos look like a movie. Because I did tend to go to like the storyline kind of music videos, not like the stand in front of the mic and dance or whatever in front of the camera. So I did kind of like to do like storylines and little slow mo plot twists, little music videos. So that was sort of my things when I got to Atlanta. That's what everybody I was working with asked. Like, you never shot a movie before? You shoot movies. I was like, that's costs money. Like, I'm not shooting a damn movie. Like, we better shoot this vlog or something. So I started doing vlogs and stuff like that. And it just started to grow. One day, I mean, I just heard it so much. I'm like, well, maybe let me just try it. I kind of started seeing people shooting like short films and like the web series era started, which was a very big influence on the people that are in my, realm of filmmaking. I think the web series is kind of what started us into this whole Tubi world and stuff. But yeah, I just decided to try it one day. I did a short with a model friend of mine, very handsome dude, and we did like a silent film kind of. It was like a fashion film. He had like
Mm.
a designer he worked with. So we did this really neat like Black James Bond kind of silent film, which is like music and like cool slow-mo stuff. But he had these looks on, these very cool like suits and stuff like that. And I think he had like one line in the whole thing. And oddly enough, he ended up getting casted on MTV's Are You the One? Like right after we did it. So when we dropped it, we got like 100,000 views very quickly. And that's, I'd never really
Mm.
done anything on YouTube before then. And then all of a sudden it was 200,000. We were like, what the heck? So I was like, I'm gonna try another one. So I just started doing like some short films. Um, the first couple, the next ones didn't perform as well as the first one because, of course, he made it to TV. But I mean, I did have like a steady little fan base. So I'm like, all right, well, let me try to like. I was like writing stuff, so I was like, I'm just write some things. I'd never written anything before. I was a creative writing minor in college, but I never thought to write a script. I never thought to write a movie. I never thought to shoot a movie. I'm not one of those people who was like, as a child, I was a lover of film. Like I never was like, this was literally out of necessity. Now, I've always been a film buff. I've
Mm.
always loved to watch movies. I have a huge DVD collection. And maybe I was always a filmmaker and I just didn't know because we're from the Midwest and nobody makes movies. Like that's crazy. What does that even mean? Like you want to shoot movies? Like
Mm-hmm.
honey, go get you a degree and shut up. Like what do you? So that I this was never a thing for me. So when I did it and there started to be this feedback, I'm like, okay. So the web series thing gotten like really hot. What was that web series? It was, and actually, the girls, a lot of these people are now on Tyler Perry shows. They were,
Oh.
oh, it was called Tough Love. There was a web series called Tough Love. It had Travis from the Oval. It had DeVale from Sisters. It has the skinny, dark skinned girl from Sisters. I can't remember her name. They were all in this show and actually ended up on BET Her. But I remember seeing it and it was just really cool. It was a very like, I'd never seen anything like that just on the web. It was a very like quality, like TV quality thing. I was like, okay, maybe YouTube, was a thing because they had a really solid fan base. These people, it was 2 or 3 seasons of this thing. There's another web series called Money and Violence. It was really like big. It started like the hood kind of web series. That was like the first one.
Mm.
So that was right around like 2017, 2018, I think. So YouTube started really to be a platform for longer form storytelling. When before, I just thought it was kind of vlogs and music videos and like rapper stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or, pranks and little. So I was like, well, let me try something longer. So I put together what started out as a short film that I wanted to do for New Year's of 2019. I said, I just wanted to start the year off with like a movie so I could be like, this is my energy for the year. We're going to do movies. And we just did this 8-minute short about like this married couple, but I have very particular things that I wanted to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to show a married couple in good standing. No one's cheating, no one's doing anything weird. I want to show a married couple in good standing who were both dark skinned, which you never see.
Very true.
So you never see it's one or the other, or they're both light skinned people. So you never see this on TV.
Or
You
or they're
never,
both or they end up being toxic.
or they're always toxic or cheating on each other. Um, and the only time you really see that, and I had a very full figured girl, not a BBW, but she's a big booty girl. And you don't ever see that either unless it's on reality.
Yeah.
But we live in Atlanta. This is black women and black men are together here. Like this is all sorts of black women and black men are together here. So I just felt like there was never that narrative on TV. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do that. So I got these two very beautiful dark skinned people, and put them in this thing. And honey, people just were like, what is this? We put it out. They were suited and booted. It was like after a New Year's party. It was very cute, very sexy, very lovey dovey. And I mean, they was fine. They was fine. They was. I'm sure that had something to do with it. But yeah, and it just blew up. Like we posted it,
You so
and
sure they had
like,
something to do with it.
I mean,
Girl, I
end of the
can't.
day, I'm from the 80s and 90s where movie stars looked a certain way. Like movie stars looked good. Like that was
Yep.
that was part of the sell was that they were handsome. Like we barely have any now, but like, I mean, back in the 80s and 90s, like, come on, the Morris Chestnuts and the Tate Diggs and the, like, we don't even have that anymore, but that's what I grew up on. That's what I'm used to, like cool dudes in movies. So I just want to put cool people in there. Like I said, they're both very attractive people. But yes, both very dark skinned, and they were married, and they were just having like a debate about her wanting to have a baby, him not being ready. It's a very realistic, very authentic, I think, Black relationship conversation was had there. 8 minutes. But I mean, when we released it, people were like, oh my God, what is this?
We
Is this an
want more.
episode? Like, where's the next one? So literally the actors called me and they were like, Nina, I think we need to do some more of these. Like, these people is passing out. I was like, well, okay, let me see. And honey, over about the next 10 weeks, I wrote more episodes. We shot them as I wrote them. And we just kept putting these episodes out. And we got to 1 million views. No promo. Nobody knew us. Literally just because people had never really seen this thing before. And for me, it was the first time ever writing a thing this long, and that's what I love about YouTube. You get this immediate feedback from people, and it's crazy to watch people debating in the comments about this thing that you just created in your head out of nothing. Like, it's like they're like, girl, because she like, when the next episode, girl? No, because she tripping. But I'm like, ooh. They're like, oh, when is the next episode? But I'm like, that's me. Like, I'm a TV watcher, so I'm the people in the comments in the shy. Like, if y'all didn't want to write this, y'all should have just said that, because y'all, like, I'm one of those people. So to see people doing that in my comments about this thing that I made was so cool. So I was like, this writing thing might be a thing for me. Like, this might be a thing. So yeah, once we hit 1 million views, I was like, okay, we got to do something with this. Like, I don't even know what to do next. So I just started seeing like Tubi burgeoning. Everybody was talking about this new Tubi thing. And there's a really big movie from YouTube called Plug Love. Got on Tubi. Shout out to Plug Love. Shout out to Murda and all those Detroit people, because y'all are the godfathers of this. But yeah, that movie got on there and it was huge on YouTube, and then it went huge on Tubi. I was like, well, let me see how I can get to this Tubi thing. So I went on Tubi and started seeing how, at the beginning of the movie, the logos come on for whoever the production companies are. So I started looking at production companies and seeing who's producing these movies and how they're getting on here, because you can't, as an individual, you can't talk to Tubi. They don't talk to individual people. You have to go through a liaison, like a distributor or something.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's why you see, like, when you go on Tubi, you see a whole bunch of the same companies at the beginning of the movies, because there's only a handful of people who have this connection with Tubi, the distributors. So I started seeing this company called Maverick. And they also have a really, really bustling YouTube page with like millions of subscribers. But I am from the 90s, so I was a Blockbuster kid. And if you're a Blockbuster kid, you know that Maverick used to make all the black movies. Like, all the bootleg, like, low budget black movies, they were all Maverick. The purple horse in front of the movie, I've seen it for years. So I saw that, I was like, well, they know what they're doing. Let me call them. So I literally went to their website and got in their regular send us a message thing and dropped my trailer in there. And I was like, I have this web series doing very well. I think I could put it on Tubi or something. Maybe your company could do something with it. And honey, they got back to me. They loved it. But they had never done a series. So they asked me if I could make it into a movie. And honey, I edited it down into a feature-length film, and I sent it to them, and it was their most successful film to ever stream at the time. It went crazy. It was all over Roku. It was all over Tubi. When Black History Month came and you turned on your Roku, it was my banner of my movie at the top, like Black Love on Tubi. Like, it went crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this movie thing. Like, this is great. I'm like, I'm like, this is what we do it every time. Let me do this movie thing, see how it goes. So I put out another movie, Aftermath. Did not do well at all, but it's okay, because I was like, no, everything can't be amazing.
Wait, okay, so why do you feel it didn't do as good as you would like it have done?
Tubi has a very distinctive audience and they look for very particular things. One of those things being sex. And, and my second movie didn't have any sex in it. Now, the people who watch the movie think it's a great movie. It's a heist movie, though. So there's
Mm.
nothing very sexy about it. It's about some guys who rob an armored truck and they kind of get stuck in this place while the cops are looming, trying to figure out like how to get away. Which is a cool idea. I think there we've seen movies like that before. Everybody likes them.
Mm.
And like I said, people who have watched it loved it. But if you're scrolling on Tubi, you don't really see a girl in there. You'll see nothing like that. You might just keep scrolling. Like people,
Mm.
Tubi people want violence, sex. That's what they want. That's the demographic. I try to kind of keep it in the middle. I
Mm.
do want my films, and I feel like my films, the reason people are drawn to them is like we know Tubi has a lot of hood movies. Like that's the thing. It's like the low budget hood movie. So I just try to make mine a little higher echelon than normal, so they
Mm.
feel more mainstream. But the subject matter can still be a little ratchet. But they're gonna look a little more professional. The actors I feel like act a little better. I feel like
Mm.
I do eat on my makeup. My wardrobe eats down every time. Like that's very important to me. So that's what I had to do. I kind of had to find the middle point. So after my second movie kind of tanked, which is odd because now 2 or 3 years later it's doing much better than it did at first. Which
Mm.
I think maybe just means there are more people, that know about Tubi that are looking for other things. But yeah, it's actually doing pretty well now. It's doing way more than it did the first couple of years it was out.
Yeah, because I
But
didn't know about Tubi until shoot, what, maybe last year?
it really, it was really birthed during COVID.
Mm.
And I will say, I do believe that's why my movie did so well is because people was just in the house. And then they
Mm.
learned about Tubi. Tubi was free. People wasn't working. I mean, Tubi had people in the chokehold from about 2020 to 2022. Like, it was Tubi because if you lost your job during COVID or whatever, you ain't got no money for your Netflix. You don't have none of that. And the other thing that people I think don't realize is that Tubi was so popular for those couple of years because none of the other streaming apps were out.
Really?
Other than Hulu and Netflix and like Crackle that nobody watches, there was no, I mean, we had Prime, but Peacock wasn't a big thing. There was no HBO Max, no Stars app. There was no Paramount app. None of those apps existed. Tubi was the only place you could get a free movie at all.
Well, I think is
So
I how long have I had HBO? HBO had an app, but it wasn't
it
how
was it did by
it
like
wasn't it wasn't
2021.
like it wasn't like a streaming service.
Oh, well, they had an app, but they
Yeah.
just like the streaming service might have came in like 21, 22, something like that.
Mm.
Like they literally people started to make streaming services to compete with Tubi because everyone's at home now. No one was going to the theater. So they're like, and even Disney Plus didn't exist. Like none of these
Yeah,
apps
it's true.
existed.
It's very true.
So they're like, well, why would we give our movies to Tubi when we can just make our own app and cut out the middleman, which makes sense, but y'all are charging. Tubi's free. You don't even have to log into Tubi. You just pull it up. There's no login. There's no. That's what I'm saying. Like Tubi, like watch these other apps are gonna start doing this free thing because it's too easy. Like it's too
That's why they
easy.
do the ad stuff now. That's why
Well, they
they
always had ads. That's always how they got their money. Is because they're always gonna have ads. But now you
mm.
see that Amazon got ads all of a sudden.
Yeah, they do.
Tubi model. They're all copying off of Tubi. Tubi made so much money. And the sad part is Black people are now being UPN'd at Tubi like we should have expected. But they've cut the money that they give us in half, probably,
Really?
since becoming so big. Yeah, but that's what they do. They use Black creators to launch things and then they shift to something else. So, they did the Super Bowl this past Super Bowl. They did a live Super Bowl. Like they're doing big stuff now. So, they kind of putting the hood people on the back burner, but it is one of the only outlets you could get your lower budget movie to and get paid. Like it's unfortunately it's you gotta deal with the evils if you want to get your
Wow.
workout. Yeah, it's crazy.
So just bagging up
Yeah,
because
let's back it up.
of course I mean, if you don't want to touch on this subject, because I know it's like a sadder topic.
I'm open book. I'm open.
So you talked about working with Young Dolph in Memphis. Now, given the tragedy that happened, very extremely unfortunate for the community and everything.
There he is. He's
No.
sitting there. That's my guardian angel back there.
So with because like of course I saw on like mainstream medium how people were affected and on TikTok and Instagram saw how all these people were affected. With you being his friend, again, if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay.
No, I can talk. It's rough, but I can talk about it. I love to talk about him.
What was your experience with him?
All right, so I'm gonna just hold on.
Oh, let's get our tissue papers. Hold on. Let's get the tissue. Because you're gonna make me cry too, girl. You're gonna make me cry. Already.
No, and I'm not gonna sound like we're the closest friends or anything. We didn't talk every day or anything like that.
But that's
But
still your friend.
I did creative direction for a lot of his stuff. Built his first website. Okay, nobody's asked me this in a long time. Dolph was Dolph was good people, man. Dolph was not a gangster, a gang banger. Like Dolph wasn't all these things that these people get caught up in and get shot. And like, Dolph wasn't that guy. Like Dolph wasn't. Dolph did what he did. He did what he said he did in the music. He sold weed. He did, yeah. But it wasn't like we weren't worried about getting in no shootouts with Dolph or stuff like that. Dolph was laid back. Dolph, the city loved Dolph. Everywhere we went, people loved Dolph. Like he really was just trying to shift from doing illegal things to the rap and making it legal. And I literally seen it from us filming him at the club when he was brand new, throwing flyers and CDs out, people throwing his shit in the trash, leaving it on the ground, and the street team picking all that stuff up and saving it to go to the next place. And we literally, this is the only person I have been in proximity to that I literally seen blow up. Like I seen this man grow from to where DJs would not talk to him, would not play his music, to now begging to be a part of his movement, inboxing me like, "Hey, how can I give a like, hey, I have nothing to do with that." But this guy was a giver. I mean, Dolph paid my bills multiple times over the years when I was busted. Um, Generous guy, man. Just, but same time, for anybody who believes in the zodiac, he was a Leo in all of his Leo-ness. And he was going to be the guy he was going to be. He was arrogant, but he backed up everything he said. But he just didn't take no shit off nobody. And he wasn't going to do it. And he wasn't going to be scared of nothing. And that's just who he was. And that's always who he was. I mean, he got shot at 3 or 4 times before they actually killed him. He didn't care. He still moved. He still. And people don't understand that, like, everybody, like, oh, you should have security. You should have. Like, rappers don't get shot in Memphis. It's not a thing. Like, rappers don't get shot in Memphis. It's not Atlanta. It's not LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't, that doesn't happen there. Like, he's the first really big famous person to get killed there since freaking Martin Luther King. Like, even other Memphis rappers that have died didn't die in Memphis. They've died. Snooty Wild died in Houston, or you know what I mean? Like, people, that's not a thing that happens in Memphis. So it wasn't Like people, like we just thought it was gonna, we this happened out of town. He got shot in L.A. It was Memphis people, but it was in LA, and it just didn't happen in Memphis. So it was just unexpected, completely out of nowhere. Um, but yeah, I mean, through the years, Dolph he has changed so many people's lives, and he doesn't expect anything back for it. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Whatever, you haven't heard anybody have a negative word to say about this man since he died. You have not heard anybody say anything negative. If they did, they lied. They lied or they didn't know.
It's really beautiful the fact that you started the journey with him. You started that journey with him, and no matter how big he got, he still kept you in mind.
Oh, it was always a random call or something. Okay, cool. 5 seconds, and then they might be pulling up to the house to shoot a video scene or whatever. Dog called me 1 o'clock in the morning. We need to look. I got you. Like it's whatever. Like dog, he was dope, man. He was dope. But yeah, it was my neighbor. He pulling up over here in phantoms and stuff. My little neighbors like, oh my goodness, they coming outside watching. Like he was just dope, man. He was just a dope guy. Even, I mean, he was just different. He was different. He wasn't. Even when it came down to things like groupies and stuff, he was never like a thirsty. I mean, I would see these women be all over him. He wouldn't want nothing to do with it. He's just like, ugh. Like, he's just different. He was just a higher vibrational guy than usual, than you meet. But it's interesting. There are a lot of those rappers that got killed in that little era were like Leos. They were just all guys. And Nipsey Hussle, King Von, these are all Leo energy people. Like people don't like Leo energy, man. It's really strong.
Mm. So, because you work with some people, you work with, of course, a shit ton of people.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with some amazing people. Janelle Monáe. Uh,
Ooh.
um, okay, Janelle Monáe is not of this planet. I've decided she's an angel or a fairy or something. And I know I'm crying now, but I am not an emotional person. It's just hits a nerve.
Girl, you
But
better use your, you
Janelle,
better let them emotions be.
Janelle, honey, I walked in the room and Janelle hugged me and I just started crying. I'd never met this woman. She's like, and my photographer friend Donna, she's a celebrity photographer. Shout out to Donna Pramell.
Yep, Donna.
Her name Donna's lit. Okay. But Donna brought me and she's like, hey, I need you to film with me for this little thing. She didn't tell me what it was. And we go in this private space up under this other club. I'm like, what? We go? Okay. And we open it up and it's just Janelle Monáe and her dancers. And I'm like, oh. And she's doing like a secret album release. I was like, girl, we are not here with Janelle Monáe. She's like, yes, I love her. You ever met her? I'm like, no. And honey, Janelle, tiny. She's teeny weeny. She's like 4'9".
Really?
She's the smallest little person. I was like, what? I'm only 5'3". She's littler than me. So she got to be
Oh,
5 feet maybe to 4'9". Dressed to the nines, honey, like always. But honey, she
she
cut through
stay
there. She
dressed.
cut through there, and I don't know if she sensed something in me, but she cut through her dance. It's like, how you doing? And just gave me this hug. I was like, girl. And honey, I just started streaming tears. I'm like, what energy is this? And she was just amazing. But anyway, yeah, that was probably one of my most amazing meetings. But yeah, I've been in the space with so many cool people. Like I said, Gucci Man, Akon, Janelle. I mean, lots of actors. It's been very cool. But yeah, Dolph, that one was rough. I ain't gonna lie, because a lot of people, sadly, a lot of people in this industry have died that we work with. I've had 4 or 5 of my clients did. Rappers, sadly, like I said, Vaughn,
So,
Los
what you don't
Loaded,
know?
I think just died.
Who?
Stash Out just went to prison for life. He worked here, though at my house. They shot about 4 videos here. Ooh,
Jesus.
it's a lot. Hood Witch Pablo Juan, I think he's just about to get out of prison. He shot here. Like everybody. But yeah, Dolph was a loss that I ain't never gonna get over probably. He was just good people, man. It's hard when it's good people.
No, 1000%.
Especially when it's some old dusty ass ugly niggas. But anyway,
Very
go ahead.
understandable. No, understandable. 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 Because I think at the time I was working in news and I was like, of course, like you able to see the stories and everything when you picking everything out. And I was looking, I said, that much? Because I'm trying to be a better person, and I was over here like that, that much? You do that for that much?
Nothing.
This is what we
Just really because y'all hating. That's
like
really
you're
all it
doing
was.
you because like
Like look, that's why I say like anybody had a problem with Dolph probably just didn't know him or they wanted something from him and he didn't give it to him. And
mm,
you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like when he want to give you something, he'll give it to you. And he was giving people things all the time.
mm,
So yeah, just now it's like, and now what? Like you just made him a bigger legend
yeah,
because it didn't help you at all. Like whoever ordered it, it didn't help your motion at all. So
yeah.
all that was pointless. But
And let's move this to I think Von's from Chicago.
mine's from Chicago for sure. Yes.
Okay. Because when he passed away, I heard different stories.
Now,
I mean, again, I don't know. I was just
no, no,
saying,
no. Von and Dolph are not the same.
no, 100%,
So
100%.
Von, Von
Well, okay, better way to ask it. How was your experience working with him?
apparently much different than everybody else. No, this thing about Von is Von. This thing about hood niggas
What?
that I tend to explore in my films. There's a thing about hood niggas. Hood niggas have two codes.
Mm,
One is where their respect lies, and another is where their disrespect lies. And they're two different people on both sides of this thing. So the Von that I met was a very respectful, sweet young man.
mm.
He shot the video here. I didn't get to pull up when he was actually filming, but they shot like 4 videos that week. I ended up casting the rest of the video, so I ended up on set with them.
Mm.
To where hey man, don't smoke in our house. Hey, you cool with this? We sorry, ma'am.
Oh, that's what's up.
But this same guy
Yeah.
also claiming 11 bodies. So the worst dudes be like the most charismatic guys. I
Mm.
don't know what it is. Von's tall and handsome and charismatic, and I don't know. But yeah,
Showed you in your home respect.
very much telling his homeboys not do this, not do that, making sure that nobody treated the girls bad. Like, but when it comes to the ops, it's just no holds barred. I don't know. But yeah, the kid that we met was nice. He was a nice kid.
Mm. So, besides Janelle Monae, who was besides Janelle Monae and Young Dolph, who was your like favorite person to work with, or can you say it? Where you're like, anytime you come to town, I will buy you exactly one beverage.
My favorite person. I like a lot of people. Well, I worked for Ludacris for
Mm,
about 2, 3 years, and he's super dope. Like he's a really nice guy, and you would think he's a big movie star and stuff. Like he's super humble.
mm,
Like when he was shooting Fast and Furious 10, he was like he posted like his little Instagram stories and stuff. I was the person like editing his Instagram stories for
oh shit.
IG and stuff. So he sent me his videos like, hey, put this together, boom. And I also work with his mom, who he has the Ludacris Foundation, and they do lots of stuff for like kids. They do back to
Mm.
school stuff. They do like these golf tournaments for charity and stuff like that. So yeah, I worked with them for years. Ludacris is a really dope guy. He's really cool. They have an entire course at the University of Georgia based on him and like his business
Oh,
acumen. Yeah, he's really nice and super humble to be like super famous like he is. He's so famous. He was really cool. Oh, no. Okay, the coolest person I met, and only because I was always a huge fan, because it's rare that I ever fan out
Hmm.
about anything. Because I have, even in college, I did like a celebrity show where we were like interviewing celebrities. So I kind of just been around celebrities. My dad used to like manage rappers. Like it's just always kind of been a thing in our house. So it takes me being like a huge fan of you, me to be like, oh. But I met CeeLo. And I have loved Goody Mob and Outkast since I was like 9 years old. So when I met CeeLo, it was so cool. We had an interview with CeeLo for like a website. He was just so nice. And I was like, oh my God. And then I even watched him on like Marriage Boot Camp because I just love him. So he was probably like the person I was happiest to meet because I definitely have been a fan for years. Like I was a fan of Ludacris too, but not as intensive as I was like a Goody Mob and like a Dungeon Family fan. That was my stuff
Mm.
growing up. So I love me some Goody Mob. And then even when like he went solo, I just thought he was great. I thought Gnarls Barkley was great. I just love CeeLo. So and he was super nice. He was a super nice guy and stuff. But I mean, Gucci Mane was cool too. We worked with Gucci Mane when he was fresh out of jail, like fresh, like one of his first videos out of jail. Akon is a nice guy. Apparently, he's a scammer now, but he was nice.
Oh, look, that's oh. Mm.
But you know, he had a city. I don't know what happened to it. Uh,
But nice guy.
but
You had a pleasant interaction with him.
you know who else was nice and is now in prison? Silento. Apparently he crazy now, but we worked on like 3 videos with Silento when he was trying to make his little comeback. The
Okay.
Whipping Nene man, but he like killed his cousin or something, so he's in jail. Let's see.
Okay. How do you feel about seeing like the people you work with end up in jail like this?
I
Because
mean, it's the industry though. I think it's just the industry we're in. It tends to
really,
happen, you know. It tends to. Somebody like Silento, it's probably hard to like come from being so successful and then you just fall off. But I think some people have a hard time like being regular, like you know, like going back to just being like normal people. I think that takes a toll on people. It's like Silento, I think was like the first person to ever get like 1 billion views on YouTube, and then he's like nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's
mm,
probably hard to deal with that, but you got to figure that shit out. You got to be a songwriter, just you know, figure out a new lane or something. But that's for him. And then I think with the rappers, they can't get out of the, especially in this that like 2015 to like 2022 was very like drill. It's like drill music era. It was like everybody had to be the street niggas in real life, and they really had to do the stuff they were talking about. And it's just like you can't live like that and expect to just like the street stuff still be there. Like once you leave the
mm.
studio and once you, I mean, all the people who've gotten shot for random, I mean, bankroll fresh and like everybody, like all these people got shot and killed and over like nothing. Mo3, and I mean, just it was just a few years where it was a rapper getting shot like every month or two. It was just
Yeah.
crazy. But it is, I mean, it's crazy because like your Facebook memories never go away and things like that. So you see these people who have died that you know, have these relationships with and you talk to and stuff. It's crazy, but it's sadly you almost become desensitized to it because it's so normal.
Dang.
Yeah, now in film, you know, it's different. You know, actors don't be dying and stuff. So it's like I can work with the same actors for years. You know, someone might randomly get in a car wreck or, you know, you have little accidents and stuff like that. But
But theirs is like an accident, accident. It's not
it's like
someone's
really
trying to
accident,
set
not
me
because
up
they're
accident.
beefing with another actor and they, you know,
Yeah.
so it's like, I mean, I even had friends like when the stuff happened with Dolph, other guys that worked with us just stopped working with them because they just didn't want to be, you know, one of my homeboys that was on his cameramen were like with him when he got shot at in North Carolina one of the times, and he just stopped traveling with him because it's like you don't want to end up
You don't want to get hurt.
a victim of this and you ain't got nothing to do with it. It's like, and now I'm older, you know, I was a lot younger then, and you know, when you young, it's like, oh, we lit. You know, when you older, you like, child. Mm-mm.
He's like, let me go sit down somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
move
trying to tell
chairs.
you, I got responsibility.
Hmm.
But yeah, it is part of the industry though. Any music video director that you talk to who works in a large city has probably dealt with that. Probably dealt with your clients going to prison, your clients being shot, being killed.
But
Comes along with rap,
I think
unfortunately.
it's interesting with the rappers who do that versus the ones who don't. So, I mean, the one rapper that will come to my mind that doesn't do it, but he talks about it is Kendrick Lamar.
Hmm, hmm.
It's like he talks about it and that's accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like he
He
doesn't
talks
have,
about it from like an observation sort of way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Not
yeah.
like he's in it. You know, when
Yeah,
he
like
talks about it, he's using it symbolically as like taking shots at rappers or you know, he's not literally gonna go shoot anybody. Like,
yeah,
but that's
but
what
like,
rap is supposed to be. Like we were
yeah,
supposed
like
to
I don't
symbolically talk about it.
I don't think because like you're saying, like a lot of these rappers, because they're rapping about it, they feel they need to go and do it. They need to be really about it.
Hmm.
As opposed to like a Kendrick Lamar where it's like he saw it and he's like, hey, I'm not in this, but let me tell you what I saw.
Hmm. And now a lot of rappers, I would say, at least from this kind of drill era, they were doing that before they were rapping
So then
and
what was the whole point in doing it?
bringing it to the rap as opposed to you kind of being that guy who never was in it like Kendrick and you're rapping about it now because that's your hood. But I think a lot of these dudes are really doing it and then started rapping about it, you know, like
Hmm.
to try to make it legal. But
Also,
some
they
of them
self
really
snitching.
away from it.
They self snitching.
That's
Like,
the whole that's the
like,
whole era. They self snitch on Snapchat. They self snitch on Instagram. Like literally. I mean, look at the whole Julio Fulio thing. Like he literally was making songs about the niggas he shot, and then they came and shot him. Like this is what they were doing. They self snitching became an entire culture, which I'm so glad is like dying down now. But I literally just rapped on a movie called Angel and Demon. I think it may be the first YN movie, but it literally is based on YNs and how they behave. Now I threw a love story in there to make it more interesting, not so violent, but literally it's like a Romeo and Juliet story, but Romeo is a YN and it's like
mm,
these cute, charismatic boys be out here shooting
just
up.
doing stuff.
Yeah, like, and you don't want to get involved in. It's really like a tale for the girlies to not get involved with with the YNs because they
Mm.
gonna leave you looking crazy, pregnant, something. But yeah, I mean, and like I said, these you meet these guys in a setting that's not ghetto,
Yeah.
and they're sweet kids. Like they are. I don't know. They have to live a double life almost, and it's like
That
I
sounds exhausting.
it has to be looking over your shoulder all the time has to be exhausting. And this is what I find interesting
Hmm.
when you see how these beefs play out online and things like that. It don't even really be the rappers. It's really these fans in their comments who ain't never lived a day on the street in their life always like, oh, you ain't gonna slide for you not boo boo boo, you not this, you not that. Like, y'all not that. Like, y'all don't even know what's going on. Like, this not no movie. Like, these people really getting killed. Like, this
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, like these people amp it up, and then they the first ones to be like, "Oh, it wasn't that serious. You really shot him. You crashed out." But, like what? Y'all the same people that would have said, "You're not gonna slide from behind. You're not gonna slide." Like what? So it's not just them, it's us too, because we like the need for street cred is why this is happening. Like, who is the street cred for though? Because y'all not in the streets. So the street cred is for people on the internet who comment, and none of those people matter. So it's just like these guys are shooting at each other for absolutely no reason. And it's not like the 80s and 90s where people were like selling crack and you know what I'm saying? There's a war over the turf. And you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
90s dudes were like actually fighting over like these dudes are fighting over girls and internet beef. It literally has no like there's no tangible reason. Like nobody can tell me right now why Young Dolph is dead. Why? What's the
Fair.
tangible reason?
There is no reason. Because the amount that we saw, I was like, that can't be it. That can't
Because
be
he
it.
made fun of you on a song. Grow up. Rap battling is a part of hip hop.
Rap battling, you only thing you doing is talking shit the whole time. You're supposed to do that.
Let's keep it on wax. We've been doing that. Did anybody get shot when Jay-Z and Nas was beefing? No, we just keep exchanging songs. That's it. But this
It's
need to be a street nigga, I don't know where it came from, why it's so important now. But we've had so many beefs over the years. Jeezy and Gucci Man didn't get to shooting at each other. Like, I mean, it's just like I don't know. It's something about I think social media has a lot to do with it because now everybody can see everything. You know what I'm saying? You can see, oh, I'm gonna slide. Watch this. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah.
need for clout. Like I literally have a movie called Clout where it's just about all the ridiculous things people do for these small moments of internet fame. It's like, okay, so now go do 20 years in prison. Did you enjoy your 3 weeks that you had cracking online? Like, you know, like I
It's
don't
like,
know.
what are you trading off? Instead of just being okay with just being regular. Ain't nothing wrong with being regular.
Nothing
I
wrong
like being
with
regular.
being normal and regular. You don't have to be lit. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be none of that. I don't know where normal people started thinking we had to be like celebrities. Like I don't know when that started.
And I'm pretty sure celebrities don't even like being celebrities a good amount of time. Because I'm
They
pretty
don't
sure
even have to want to talk to us. Like they don't,
I know they want to go to the store in peace. They want to go into a Publix.
they gotta wear a disguise.
They over here. I
But
it's
we always
crazy.
people want what they don't have. People want what they don't have. The famous people wish they wasn't. The people that's not famous wish they was. That's human nature, I guess.
You
But
know what's a good remedy for that? Some therapy. Okay, so where can people find you?
yes.
And if people are trying to get in your cinemas,
Oh, yeah.
what do you want them to do? Where can they go? What they do?
Okay, so Nina Stakz everywhere. Check the spelling. Clock it. Stakz. No C. You put the C in there, you're gonna find an OnlyFans lady. Don't have nothing to do with me. Now, I was Nina Stakz back in the MySpace days, so I should be the first one. If you Google Nina Stakz, it'll be me. Um, but yeah, I'm Nina Stakz on all the platforms, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. I'm actually coming back into the YouTube space, which is where I started. I got a new web series called No Filter that's going to be coming to my YouTube page. My 10,000 subscribers just sitting there, and we haven't talked about nothing in years. So coming back to y'all too, because I appreciate y'all. Y'all started this. So shout out to my YouTube viewers. But yeah, right now you can search Nina Stakz on Tubi, and all 10 of my films will pop up. Make sure you check them out. New Year, New Us 1 and 2, The Aftermath 3, Fatal Lust, Cloud, 12 Days of Christmas, Southside Hero, and Blood and Money. I think that was all of them. So go check them out, y'all. As far as getting into my movie, you gotta be cute first. No, that is objective and subjective. So send your stuff in. But no, you gotta be able to act. But even if you got raw talent, you can submit an audition or whatever. I do post my casting calls on my Instagram, which is also Nina Stakz, spelled just like that, at Nina Stakz. And I also have a casting page, which is Onyx Theory Casting. My company is Onyx Theory Arts. So Onyx Theory Casting is also where I try really hard to keep up with the castings, but I don't have an assistant or nothing or social media person, so it's just me. So I try. But yeah, I'm gonna look at your audition and stuff, and thinking about starting a acting class. Maybe also have a vlog coming called Ratchet Film School. So that's coming to YouTube also. But yeah, Nina Stakz everywhere.
And Uncle Ruckus, no relation. If you want to be told about yourself, if you want to tell somebody, if you want a Negro woman listening to you tell them about you, then you need to listen to her on what's the name of your podcast, Black Lady?
Tell me about you.
Tell me about who?
You.
Who?
You.
Your Negro ass.